metaverse as a concept has significant promise. Why do I say that? Because it gives you an immersion, and higher the immersion, consumer engagement will be higher. Consumers will want to be in that space. But right now, the technology is still not as sophisticated and evolved. Like you have to wear that big device on your head. Some people feel giddy. Some people feel that the quality of the visuals is either too childish or too amateurish, or it is pixelated if you're looking more technically. And there is at times a little bit of a lag. The experience is not seamless, and they got a wire, and you don't know how to, the boundary of your area and how to stay safe. There are lots of things which have to be better addressed. They're being addressed, but we got some ways to go. Once those issues are taken care of, if you have a glass, something like a regular lens, and now already AR is coming in, can there be, with a touch of a button, now this becomes a VR kind of an immersive thing? I don't know. Something like that they'll have to visualize and come up with. And instead of having this massive device, can it be a small device, and so on? If you have that, immersion is going to be tremendous. The higher the level of immersion, the higher level of consumer engagement. Plus, in the metaverse, you take away all physical constraints. Laws of physics don't apply in metaverse. So you can just, your imagination is your limit to what you can create. And when you do that and you put your brand in a native way in that kind of a context, the impact can be huge. And I'm saying it because even with the current state of technology, we have tried multiple experiments, and the brand recall, the brand association, the brand ratings are all substantially better, substantially higher than in other media. But the problem is also, in addition to the technology, scale. So if you look at Decentraland, they have 300,000 people. That 300,000 is like a rounding off error, right? It's almost like a test market at best. Horizon Worlds is developing in parallel, and Facebook is investing billions and billions of dollars on Meta right now. And then you got Roblox, which is sort of not really getting as immersive, but they got the scale, but they are much more in the sports and their Unreal Engine and all this stuff, which is fantastic. And then you have got somebody like a Sandbox, which is even smaller than Decentraland. The point being that these are not interoperable. Yeah. So you not only have a situation of subscale, you also have interoperability issues, and you have got device and experience issues. My feeling is they will be fixed at some point in time. Whether it is 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, I don't know. But probably I would say 3 to 5 years. We'll be in a much better place than where we are today on that count. As Mastercard, what I'm trying to do with my team is I said, play. We actually carve out a small percentage of our total budget for innovation projects. So one of those innovation projects is about Metaverse. So I said, let's try what we can do in the world of Metaverse. Let's try on all the 4 platforms. Let's take something which is cause-related activity. Like we have created a Pride Plaza for the LGBTQ community on one of these 4 platforms. Then experiential platforms in a different way. We did it in the world of for example, Grammy Awards. So we created an entire virtual Grammy Awards experience. And we had 8 times the number of people who got engaged through Metaverse than they were physically on the ground. So for a small marginal incremental expense, I was actually getting 8 times the scale. That's not bad at all when you talk of ROI. So we were doing those. We had held our first press conference in Metaverse in Latin America. Then we have issued NFTs, and NFTs not just as a vanity badge, but as a gated token that unlocks value for you across various domains. So we started doing experimenting quite a lot. And what we have, I would say, is that at this point in time, when it is luxury or super luxury kind of an offering that we are trying to test out, the scale is really decent enough. But when I'm looking for a mass kind of a thing at this point in time, scale is still an issue. So I would say I will not walk away from Metaverse, but I'll keep a close eye on it. We'll keep experimenting. We'll have our toes and fingers in the waters to make sure that we are on top of how things are. And sometimes we may even be able to guide some of these companies and give them feedback to be able to evolve the Metaverse in a direction that it has to. And in my role as the president of the World Federation of Advertisers, what we also try to do is to have standards. So what kind of standards we should set? What kind of infrastructure should be there? So for example, if I want to show my advertisement in a meaningful format on some Metaverse platform, there is no tech stack. So if I have to have a tech stack, I need to make sure that there are standards. Otherwise, we'll have, as it is, we have interoperability issues. We don't want to amplify them with more issues coming up. So we do set some standards and then give some playbooks to the marketers to play and experiment, and things like that we try to do. So we're keeping firm tabs on metaverse as an area, and too premature to walk away, but too premature also to say this is it, I'm going all in.